Hajime mate, bogo wa jiri desu. Hey everyone out there in YouTube land. I almost forgot to get my video up today. That means that I wasn't prepared. I was so busy today at work I didn't even really think about it. Well, I didn't think about it. It's not that I didn't really, I didn't. So I guess it'd be a shorter video. Finally opened up realms again to invite people in. We'll see how that goes. Started a new world for it. We'll see. We'll see if that turns out to be, any fun, or at least more enjoyable than running around on solo. Someone managed to dislike my repo nut video, and as anyone that watches my videos regularly on any, with any consistency, will know that on my channel, much like other channels have, names for their viewers and subscribers. Well, I don't have a big enough fan base to have, if, you're, what is it, like with Philip DeFranco, it's, the Nation, and I can't remember other people, but everyone has their own little things. Well, on my channel, my little thing is I don't have a dislike button. I have a dick like button. So all that means is someone came in and proclaimed that they like dick. And there's nothing wrong with that. I want to say that because in the past people have said, you're homophobic or whatever. Listen, women like dick. Is that homophobic? I'm just saying, all right, a chick came in and said, hey, I like your video and I like dick. One click, bam. Anyone can come in and like dick and the video. It's the same thing, a thumbs down. Now, YouTube might view it as a negative thing. Well, so if I was like Philip DeFranco, then I'd worry about it, which I'm pretty sure he doesn't even worry about it. It's a thumbs down. Either people are going to come see the video and throw $1 at you on Patreon, or click an ad, or follow you on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, or they're not. And for the immediate and short-term future, I still see doing my 9 to 5, unless my lottery thing, if I hit a lottery, a big number. Because I've been hitting, that's the other thing. I haven't been updating my lottery because I haven't developed anything worth sharing. But I have been hitting more tickets. Again, not the scratch and sniff ones. The the actual like Lucky for Life, Powerball, Mega Millions. Now, I obviously haven't been hitting the 5 and 6 digit numbers, but I've been hitting the lower ones. So I'm getting closer, I guess. Maybe to see if I'm raising my frequency, I have to have a large enough sample set. Because just winning a lottery ticket doesn't mean, hey, you're increasing your frequency. Because the idea, I don't know if I've ever explained this part, the idea is kind of like just if you play poker. I'll say professionally because it applies to them. You have to win more than you lose. Now that sounds like common sense, but a lot of people don't play poker that way. Like, they'll lose 3 weeks in a row and then win, but they don't win enough to cover what they lost in the last 3 weeks. But because of that win, they see it as a reason to go forward. That's actually like the exact opposite of the way you should do it. Exactly opposite. Because, so, let's say you play for 3 weeks and lose every time. And then at the beginning of the 4th week, you win enough to be even for the month. That means that you haven't earned 1 penny, but you're even. So you have not lost money. Now, it depends on how you calculate even, because with me, I would calculate any money spent while playing, like food, drinks, any money spent for travel, driving, bus, airfare, etc., and any money spent on accommodations, a hotel room. It depends. If you're going to Vegas and you live in Arkansas like I do, then you're going to get a hotel room, or you're going to fly there, play until you get tired and fly back, which would be a horrible trip. So yeah. Then, like, if you're even and you travel and eat, and you're even with all those expenses, then it's not a horrible outcome, because at least you ate and you did not lose money on your fuel and your hotel room. But if you just broke even dollar for dollar, like not including expenses, then you're still losing because you have the expenses. And then the third way to look at it is you break even with, all the expenses too, but then you have spent a month working for nothing. So you're not a professional. That's an amateur move. You use that amateur status, though, to learn. So that third way of looking at it is that you are gaining experience and you're breaking even. So it's awesome, because your bankroll will not shrink, or your lottery budget, whatever you want to call it, will not shrink. Um, as long as you maintain that frequency. And the goal of either one is to get the frequency to where you win at least one more time than you lose. And the key to keep in mind, if you're actually watching this video for that purpose, the key thing to keep in mind there is that when you win more than you lose, it has to be overall, the average. That doesn't mean that you play 5 hands and you win 3 of those 5 hands. That's not what it means. Because if you win a $5 hand, and then you win a $2 hand, and then you win a $20 hand, and then you lose 2 $300 hands back to back, you're still not up. So yeah, that's the way you have to look at it. And again, that sounds like it's common sense, but people do not play that way. I've been to several casinos. I watched people at work and other friends play the lottery, and I have friends that won't play the lottery. If you don't play, you don't win. Their motto is, if you don't play, you don't lose, and that's fine too. But I see people all the time that play. It's like they think if they double down, like someone got the blackjack thing stuck in their head, which is horrible advice, because blackjack, like, it's not a statistical game. It's not at all a statistical game. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't be there if it was true, because they say, go in, and the blackjack analogy is you go in. Not blackjack, roulette, where you bet on red or black, or a number, or green, or 00, whatever. Since the two primary colors are red and black, sometimes they do have green, but that's another topic altogether. The theory is you go in and you take, say, $1,000 with you. On the first, you go in and you put $200 on black or red, you choose. And if it loses, then you double that. You put 400 on the same color. If you lose, then you do it again. You have the one last shot. The math doesn't work out on that, so you'd have to take $1,200. Let's see, 2, 4, that puts you at 6. You'd have 400 left to double down the 4. You'd need 8, so yeah, you'd have to take 1,400. So you double down the last one. And that way, because the theory is that it will hit black one of those times. And it's okay, but like I've been in a casino and see it. Like I've seen that 12 reds in a row. I remember this one instance perfectly. 12 reds in a row. Someone had sat there because you could do, if this was true, you could do the opposite way. You could walk in with that $1,000 and not bet anything until it's going to hit black, right? It was 12 reds in a row, and someone was, there were a bunch of people, me included. I was just watching to see, like I was waiting on my table for. I only play Texas Hold'em, not only, but I play Texas Hold'em pretty exclusively, and it was like 12 reds in a row, and someone said, "All right," and they put $1,000 on black, and lost it because the 13th red came along. I walked away at that point. I'm not going to watch someone else do it because I knew someone else was ready to do it. They're like, all right, well, he just lost $1,000. Statistically speaking, you blah, blah, blah. No, it doesn't. It is a ball spinning around on a table. You can't apply statistics to it. When you're sitting at a table with 5 people, then you can apply odds to it. Well, because statistically, you can't apply that to roulette. Did I call it blackjack again? Roulette. But yeah, statistically, you can apply that to a poker table and use the odds because you're playing different things. The roulette table, you're playing a ball spinning around a table that's going to land randomly somewhere. At a poker table, you're playing the people, you're playing the board, meaning whatever cards in Texas Hold'em, whatever cards are on the board, and then you're playing your hand. And the way you address each one can be different, and it has nothing to do with the cards you actually hold. Whereas, well, it can, but typically it doesn't. Whereas the roulette table will only deal with what your bet was, where you placed your bet. That's it, and of course where the ball lands. But that's a given. But with poker, you can win with nothing. I've done it. Everyone's done it that plays poker. Well, that plays it any good. I've done it. I've won with nothing, and I've also lost a hand with probably the best hand just because of the way it was played on the other side. Statistically, they knew their odds were better than mine. I knew it too. You learn that lesson by calling that bet, and then because it's never easy. They never say it's a $5 bet. They throw $300 out there. And it's like, well, that's like my entire bankroll. I don't want to play with that. And you either fold or you're like, yeah, I'm not going to let this dude take me. And you throw it out there, and then bam. All right, I'm going to dust on my lens. Anyway, so that's the end of that little rant. I'm pretty sure I didn't complete one of those thoughts. Well, drop a comment down there and let me know which one, and I'll make a video about it tomorrow. All right, I've got 20 minutes to get this up, so it's not going to be edited. Bye, guys.